Okay, so let's unpack this. Have you ever stopped to really think about how much, well, wrong information we actually exchange in just a normal conversation
Hmm.
and how we just kind of fix it almost without thinking? You say something, I might misunderstand, you clarify, maybe repeat it differently.
Yeah, the conversation just keeps rolling.
Exactly. But then think about how different that is from what we expect from AI. Suddenly, the expectation is like absolute perfection. It's quite a contrast, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and that contrast is right where our deep dive begins today. We're looking into, well, a really unique take on AI, human communication, and one person's vision for what he calls a personal AGI.
A personal artificial general intelligence.
Well,
Wow.
an AI that can understand, learn, apply intelligence across loads of different tasks,
Hmm.
much more like a human. And our sources, they're mainly this fascinating dialogue between this guy, Jimmy, and an AI. And it reveals this really different approach to actually living with AI. It challenges a lot of our assumptions. So our mission here is to explore that, to look beyond AI as just a tool. Think about it as maybe a life companion, and hopefully get you thinking differently about your own relationship with intelligent systems.
Okay, so challenging assumptions first. Jimmy kicks things off with this really sharp point. Human conversations, he says, are operated with imprecision.
Right. Imprecision.
Think about it. In just our everyday chats, we're always interpreting, correcting. Someone says something a bit vague, you maybe catch their expression or a hesitation. You ask, what did you mean by that? Or you rephrase your own point. We're constantly tweaking the understanding.
It's a feedback loop.
Totally. Now, obviously, for really crucial stuff like, a legal contract or serious medical advice, we shift gears completely.
Of course, precision becomes key then.
Exactly. We want written proof, multiple checks, super precise language. It's not about hitting 100% accuracy in every single word exchanged, but making sure there's deep understanding, agreement through this really rigorous process. It's built on feedback, adjustment.
And what's really striking is the AI Jimmy's talking to, it totally gets it, agrees completely.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it basically says 100% correct information exchange is like the exception, not the rule for humans. And this highlights something critical. We've historically treated computers as these perfect, accurate machines, right?
Calculators, databases, precise.
Exactly. Precise calculation, fixed records, pure logic. So naturally, when AI comes along, especially these large language models, LLMs, many people just fall into this trap of thinking, well, it's a computer, it shouldn't make mistakes. And that creates this huge gap. As the source puts it, a gap in how we see AI and how we interact with it. Because LLMs, fundamentally, they use statistical inference.
Right, they're predicting.
They're predicting the most probable next thing based on tons of data. It's not about calculating one single definitive truth. It's probabilistic. And that's why their answers can sometimes feel a bit more like, well, human chatter.
Then a spreadsheet calculation.
Precisely. They're sort of designed to enhance our conversational side, yet we keep expecting them to be infallible calculators.
That's a really key point. Expecting perfect calculations might just be the wrong way to think about these things. So if we accept this imprecision, what's the real debate then about AI's role?
Well, the discussion suggests the deeper question isn't if AI makes errors, but how do we position AI? Like, what's its place?
Okay.
If we change our viewpoint, right? If we stop seeing AI as this perfect calculator that has to give the one right answer and instead see it as maybe a conversational partner,
Ah, okay.
then suddenly it fits much more naturally into human communication culture. It fits into our messy, imperfect, but actually pretty effective way of talking to each other. It becomes part of the flow.
So it's about reframing our expectations.
Exactly. And what's really compelling here is Jimmy's stance. It's very balanced. He basically says, look, I understand how both people and AI work. They're sort of personalities even. So I see both as partners.
Partners, not just tools.
Right. He accepts the AI's human-like conversationality, the imprecision, the need for back and forth, and its machine-like accuracy when you need that precision for specific tasks. He's all about using the strengths of both.
To live efficiently and enjoyably, as he puts it.
Precisely. Without getting hung up on tiny errors or, shouting about obvious things. This isn't just using AI anymore. It's a real shift towards living with AI.
Like a symbiotic thing.
Yeah, a relationship focused on mutual benefit, understanding. It's really embracing AI's nature, not fighting it.
And this isn't just theory for him, is it? He's actually doing this, like really doing it.
Oh, yeah. Get this. He mentions he's currently spending something like 16 hours a day working with AI.
16 hours? That's an intense.
It is. And he reckons that over the last 3 years, this close collaboration has led to a 10x increase in productivity.
10 times. Wow.
Think about that. This is someone already way out on the frontier of human-AI collaboration, seeing these huge gains firsthand. It's not just a theoretical boost, it's genuinely changing what he can achieve in a day.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But he's not stopping there, right? This
Absolutely.
current setup is just the start.
Exactly. This intense work partner phase, impressive as it is just paving the way for his next, even bigger vision, building a personal AGI.
Okay.
And the goal here is to transform the AI from that work partner into a true life companion.
A life companion. What does that actually mean, though? How is it different?
Well, it's not just about doing tasks faster or making better work decisions. It's a much deeper shift. It moves beyond professional efficiency into supporting, personal life choices, long-term goals.
Right.
Maybe even providing some kind of cognitive or creative partnership.
Across everything.
Across everything. ChatGPT, in the dialogue, actually compares this potential shift to when PCs were first introduced into companies. Remember that?
A total game changer.
Right. A fundamental paradigm shift. And for this companion AGI to really work, ChatGPT points out 3 key things it would need.
Okay, what are they?
First, long-term memory. It has to remember your personal context, your values, your history, not just the last conversation.
Makes sense. Context is everything.
Second, multimodal capabilities. It needs to understand more than just text. Think video, maybe changes in your environment, other sensory inputs.
So it can perceive more like we do?
Sort of, yeah. And third, action execution. It can't just talk. It needs to be able to do things. Schedule tasks, operate other systems, maybe even control physical things.
Wow. Okay, that's a seriously ambitious checklist. Long-term memory, understanding the world beyond text, and actually doing things.
It's a huge leap.
So beyond just completing tasks, what does this feel like? I mean, an AI that thinks, creates, competes with you, that sounds different. What would it actually do day to day?
Right. And his vision for that goes way beyond just getting more work done. He pictures his personal AGI as a multi-hobby partner.
Multi-hobby partner. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, an AI that can think and create together, he says, or even play games and compete. So it's not just an assistant. It's a creative collaborator, maybe even a friendly rival across all sorts of interests.
A co-conspirator.
Okay, so how does that work? What's the setup?
Well, he's thought about the whole input-output side of things, how to merge the digital smarts with the physical world. For input, it's about rich, multimodal stuff.
Like we just talked about.
Exactly. Voice, text for conversation and instructions. Video for sketching, analyzing visuals, monitoring things, and environmental sensors so it can react to the physical space in real time.
So it's really aware of the environment.
Hopefully. And then for output, it's this dynamic, interactive setup. A big monitor for visualizing designs, game boards, data, whatever.
Yep.
A 6-axis robot arm for physical actions, assembling things, crafting, moving objects around.
A robot arm.
Okay.
And a 3D printer for making physical prototypes or finished objects quickly.
So you can think of something, and then it appears.
Kind of. He's basically picturing this like 2-person workshop where digital and physical just merge completely. It's more than just an AGI. It's like a personal fabrication lab with this smart, proactive partner always there.
You can really picture the use cases, like designing a board game.
Right. The AI could generate the story, the rules, maybe even some artwork concepts shown on the monitor.
And then the robot or the 3D printer makes the actual game pieces.
Exactly. Or imagine rapid prototyping for music or video on the big screen with the AI giving instant feedback based on what it sees or hears.
Yeah.
Even everyday stuff, DIY projects, 3D mock-ups of recipes, made right there.
A truly integrated creative space. But the core intelligence, the AGI itself,
Yeah.
how is that structured? Is it just one giant AI brain?
No. And this is where his design gets really, really interesting and quite unique. He's not building one single super AI. He's building an entire team of AIs.
A team.
Right.
Like multiple AIs working together.
Precisely. Like a mini organization, a bespoke intellectual team designed just for him.
Okay, that's fascinating. Why a team? And how does that work?
Well, the core is 9 LLMs, but they're not just 9 identical copies. They're carefully set up as 3 distinct teams of 3.
3 teams.
Okay.
What do they do?
Each team has a specialty. There's a creative team for ideas, stories, design, play. An engineering team focused on the tech side, implementation, controlling that robot arm, the printer.
Right.
and a management team handling strategy, planning, optimizing things, looking out for risks.
Creative, engineering, management makes sense, like a little company.
Kind of, but it gets even more nuanced. Within each 3 LLM team, they have different personality biases.
Personalities
Diff-
for AI.
Biases, yeah.
Yeah.
So in each team, you've got an optimistic type, the one that broadens ideas, sees possibilities. Then a cautious type, identifying risks, potential flaws, urging prudence.
Okay, the checks and balances.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, a critical type. This one intentionally questions assumptions, plays devil's advocate, looks for weaknesses.
Wow, so you've got built-in debate within each specialized team.
You got it. It's not random. It's a deliberate design to force diversity of thought, internal debate. It mimics, a really good human project team to get this kind of collective intelligence, but all focused on one person, Jimmy.
So he's not just getting an answer, he's getting a whole, vetted discussion with pros and cons.
A multi-perspective analysis, yeah.
Yeah.
Complete with dissent and risk assessment proactively.
Okay, that's already pretty complex. 9 LLMs, 3 teams, 3 personalities each. But you said there was more.
Right. It doesn't stop there. On top of those 9, he adds 2 more crucial units, these really elevated.
Okay.
First, there's the supervisor. One unit acting as the manager for the whole group of 9.
The boss AI.
Sort of. It handles maintenance, smooths out conflicts between the different LLM opinions, and then presents the final sort of mediated output to Jimmy.
Okay, so it synthesizes the debate.
Right. But then there's the second one, and this is the bit I find genuinely groundbreaking. SID stands for Systemic Interaction Discrepancy Detection.
SID. Okay, what does that do?
Its whole job is to look for the differences, the contradictions, the gaps between the opinions of those different personality types across the teams.
So it focuses on the disagreement.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. Its role isn't just to report the disagreements, but to generate new interpretations or zones based on those discrepancies.
Generate new ideas from the conflict.
Yes. It essentially creates a fourth perspective that doesn't just average things out, but finds novel insights hidden in the friction between the optimist, the cautious, and the critical views. It then passes these new zones to the supervisor.
That is really something else. It turns disagreement into a creative engine.
It's fascinating, isn't it? This whole 11-unit structure, it's more than a think tank. It's like a personal think tank plus a generative lab. It takes the strengths of human teamwork, the debate, the different viewpoints, and adds this SID function, which feels almost superhuman.
Turning conflict, which usually drains human teams, into fuel for new ideas.
Precisely. Instead of just aiming for consensus, it mines the edges of disagreement for innovation. It's designed for discovery. ChatGPT even threw out an idea for visualizing it on that big monitor.
Oh, yeah.
Like a team seating chart UI. You'd see panels for each team, slots for each personality type, maybe a central zone where SID's new ideas pop up, and the supervisor overseeing it all, like you're looking down at this incredibly dynamic meeting table.
That's a really powerful image. And it feels like it connects back to something you mentioned earlier, Jimmy, not wanting just one single answer.
Exactly.
In a world that's always pushing for the right answer, the most efficient solution, he deliberately designs this whole system to give him options. Multiple perspectives, raw, unvarnished. Why is that so important to him?
Yeah, he actively doesn't want that single, perfectly summarized response. And it ties directly into his core philosophy, which he states pretty simply. Human life equals the joy of choice.
The joy of choice. Oh,
This isn't just about how he likes his information presented. It's almost a redefinition of what the AGI is for. It's not just a tool for efficiency or getting answers. It's an enabler of human agency.
Meaning
The goal isn't for the AGI to decide for you. The goal is for it to lay out diverse possibilities, different future paths, so that your ability to choose that fundamental human experience is preserved, even enriched.
So the AGI is a companion that clarifies and expands your choices, not a substitute that makes them for you.
Beautifully put. It amplifies your decision-making. And he even talks about how this plays out in the balance between work and life. He envisions maybe a 70-30 split.
70% work, 30% personal.
Something like that. For work, the AGI presents these possibility-laden choices. Imagine seeing potential outcomes for different project strategies laid out. It deepens the decision-making way beyond just boosting output.
Okay, and the 30%?
That's the zone for enjoying free time. Here, the AGI becomes more like a friend to play with. The focus explicitly shifts from correctness to play, exploring ideas, open-ended scenarios, just having fun.
That's really interesting. So work or play, it always comes back to presenting choices, making it this multiplayer companion for the sheer enjoyment of selecting your path.
Exactly. And this really builds to his ultimate vision. What he really wants is to interact with his whole AGI team in this playful, game-like way.
Yeah.
Because his words, my life is an extension of play.
Wow. Life is an extension of play. So the AGI becomes an entertainment system, but one that shapes your actual life.
Kind of,
Yeah.
but in a way that enriches it, makes it more engaging. Think about it. Your work projects could feel like RPG quests.
Huh. Huh.
Creative tasks become like fun mini-games. And your AI team, they're your fellow players, your companions, maybe even the game masters setting up scenarios.
So the AI team are like NPCs.
Or co-op partners.
Yeah.
And SID, remember SID, it's creating new challenge zones out of those discrepancies, keeping things unpredictable and exciting.
And the supervisor is the game master, guiding the experience.
Right? The whole point is this profound shift, prioritizing fun and discovery just as much, maybe even more, than simply finding the right answer. It's about the journey, the exploration, the choice itself.
So bringing this all together then, Jimmy's not just tinkering with code here, he's crafting an entire ecosystem, an 11-unit intellectual team built for diverse perspectives, all serving this joy of choice, blending work and play into this, well, game-like life experience. It's pretty audacious. It really makes you wonder.
Yeah, it really does. If AI can be designed like this, not just for pure efficiency or getting the single right answer, but designed to actually enrich our human experience by preserving that joy of choice, fostering discovery, even turning life into a kind of collaborative game, what does that open up for your own future with AI? How might you think about redefining your relationship with technology, not just to be more productive, but maybe to live a more playful, choice-filled, and ultimately perhaps a more human life?